You are listening to Radio Long Island City, recorded at our studios near Hell Gate, 9 kilometers north of the Harbor Hill Moraine. And now, the Observatory. The Observatory, Tuesday the 19th of August, 2025. It is 60 days after the summer solstice. It is 34 days before the fall equinox. By the French Republican calendar, it is the second day of Fructidor, the day of the millet, of millet. The sun rises today at 6:10 a.m. Solar noon takes place today at 12:59 p.m. The sun sets today at 7:48 p.m. Civil twilight ends at 8:17 p.m. and nautical twilight ends at 8:52 p.m. The length of daytime today is 2 minutes 26 seconds shorter than yesterday. The moon is in its waning crescent phase and is 14% full at midday. The new moon will arrive on Saturday, the 23rd of August. These are the predicted tides today for Horn's Hook. In the wee hours, low tide, 1:26 a.m., 15 centimeters. In the morning, high tide, 8:14 a.m., 1 meter 28. In the afternoon, low tide, 1:22 p.m., 24 centimeters. In the evening, high tide, 8:16 p.m., 1 meter 58. In our shared realm of plants and animals, it seems almost perverse that among the many varieties of street trees planted in the city, there are so few fruit and nut-bearing trees. Yes, there are ginkgos, but their fruits are popular with a small subset of New York's residents, and many of the acorns from oak trees are edible and formed an important part of the diet in native populations before contact with the Europeans. But otherwise, fruit-bearing trees are strikingly absent in the urban mix, which seems sad. We could have a thriving permaculture on our streets. But when you delve into the matter, you find that fruit trees, like apples and pears, actually require a level of tending and pruning that is well outside the resources of the city to provide. In addition, in our litigious society, fallen fruit that someone could slip on is a major liability. Not to mention the widespread lead contamination in our city soils. Still, wouldn't it be a boon to have food-producing trees included in our urban forest? Commemorations. On this day in 1953, the American CIA and British MI6 helped overthrow the government of Mohammad Mossadegh in Iran. Mossadegh was the legally elected prime minister. He had angered the British by nationalizing the Anglo-Iranian Oil Company, which had a stranglehold on Iran's oil wealth. And he had made many domestic enemies with his plans for land reform, which upset the feudal order of the country. In the unrest preceding the coup, the Shah had fled to Italy. Once Mossadegh had been overthrown, the Shah returned and established firm authoritarian control over the country. The events of 1953 actually laid the foundations for the eventual Iranian Revolution that ousted the Shah and instituted clerical rule. Unforeseen consequences of an expedient Western intervention. On this day in 2022, the massive European drought uncovered river hunger stones along the Elbe. These are stones carved with inscriptions that lie on the bed of rivers. In time of drought, they are exposed, revealing their inscriptions. One such stone in the town of Děčín in the Czech Republic emerged on this day. It had multiple inscriptions, added during times of drought and water shortage. One from the 17th century read thus, Wenn du mich siehst, dann weine. If you see me, then weep. A grim warning to those experiencing the drought of 2022. Today is the birthday of Bill Clinton, born on this day in 1946 in Hope, Arkansas. One can look back at his presidency as the time when partisan acrimony was only beginning to poison our civil discourse, and to appreciate his efforts to rein in the national debt, as well as to trim government waste and overregulation with a careful scalpel rather than a chainsaw. Happy birthday, President Clinton. And that is the Observatory, Tuesday the 19th of August, 2025.